Alright, so you clicked on this video. Find out why The Last of Us 2 was the best game. Not only it was a good game, I believe it was far better than the first game. And let me tell you why. I like to start off on the story. Context. In The Last of Us Part 1, we have Joel, a now middle-aged man who lost his daughter 20, 30 years ago into the apocalypse, and now he has to travel and transport a 14-year-old girl across the whole entire America to the other side so she can be researched on, examined on how to find a cure because she is the only person in the world that is immune. But as it turns out, in the end, they were gonna kill her, and so Joel killed everyone in there. And then Joel and her, Ellie, the 14-year-old girl, they both went to live with Joel's brother in some village town, and they live happily ever after. That's until 5 years later. 5 years later, we meet back with our heroes from Last of Us Part 1, and now Joel is really old, and Ellie is now legal of age. So let me tell you why The Last of Us Part 2 is the best game, and perhaps better than the original. Let me start off reason number one, the storyline. I love the storyline of The Last of Us Part 2. I believe that The Last of Us Part 2 not only honored The Last of Us Part 1 character's storyline, but it advanced it. It gave a lot more. It continued the story, the legacy, the saga. Troy Baker, the voice actor of Joel, made a small little cameo into the game. 2 hours into the game, he was killed off by not only the person named Abby, a woman who was originally a man but now is a woman, so please call her her and she. So what could drive this Abby woman to kill Joel, the protagonist of part 1? Well, let me tell you, Abby's father was a surgeon that was about to operate on Ellie. So Joel killed the surgeon of Abby, and Abby killed Joel in revenge. Abby still killed Joel after Joel saved her from a horde of infected. That right there is character development. That is driving the character forward. And Ellie, unfortunately, had to witness all of that. So after Abby killed Ellie's father-like figure, she went on to beat up Ellie's girlfriend, who's pregnant, and she beat them up both. Like, she could have just had one arm behind her back and one leg around her neck, and she still would have beat them up. But unfortunately, Abby spared their lives as Dina was pregnant. Time went on, Ellie was thinking about getting revenge, but her people were telling her, no, don't go for revenge, it's pointless, nah, don't. But she does anyways because Ellie's a badass, she's legal of age, she's 19, she does what she wants. So Ellie sets out to find Abby, find and kill her in revenge for Joel's death. Now, this is where flashbacks from Abby's point of view, you play as Abby for nearly half of the game, the person that killed Joel, you, the player, that was so befonded by Joel's appearances and his charisma and his interaction with Ellie in the first game, you get to play as Joel's killer, Abby, for nearly half of the game. And that is what I call great decision making right there. Thank you, Neil Druckmann. So Ellie ventures out with her friends to avenge Joel's murder by killing Abby. Ellie fails with both Dina and Ellie looking like orcs from the Lord of the Rings. So then she sets out again, but by herself, killing left and right so she can find Abby regardless of who she hurts. One of the best scenes in the game had to be the romantic sex scene between the protagonist Abby and her boy toy on their boat. Motion in the ocean is what I say. Finally, the showdown between the protagonist Abby and Ellie was one of the best endings to a video game I've ever seen. After Abby took Joel's life, beat up her girlfriend, and practically made her life never the same again, Ellie decided not to kill Abby because revenge is wrong. Top notch ending. I loved every bit of it. Thank you, Neil Druckmann. Last reason why I believe Last of Us Part 2 is better than the first is because Last of Us 2 is woke. You have playable lesbians. You have a main playable trans woman and the recreational use of weed. The reason why you guys hate on this game is because you people are a bunch of transphobic, misogynistic, homophobic haters. Look at this game on a wider picture. It's not forced diversity, it's well implemented settings of characters. Naughty Dogs, you have blown my expectations away. Anita Sarkeesian, thank you for influencing Neil Druckmann. I wouldn't have it any other way. So, in conclusion, Last of Us 2 is not only a better than the first in graphical visuals, but also in storyline. I hope to see Last of Us Part 3 with just Abby as the playable character. Thank you guys. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to leave a like, drop a comment below, and subscribe. Thank you guys, and have a good night. Peace.